The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour.
ChatGPT did become the world's most downloaded non-gaming app.
Literally the job of everyone in government to address the media and the public.
What are your thoughts, audience? What are your thoughts on Zandy Silva as the deputy PLP leader?
A community that can't feed itself is a community that's doomed.
What you may not know, though, is that Bermuda, we have a connection with Epstein, too.
Things that people are doing right, the youth are doing right, that is not being advertised enough.
When you see your access to U.S. dollars disappear, that's when you have a problem.
You've got a town in the UK with a similar sized population. This place absolutely outshines it.
Oh, you can hear me now. All right. Well, it's Thursday, the 2nd day of April, 2026. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. This is the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. I'm Jamel Hartman. I was just testing you all. I was seeing if, you were tuned in. That's what I was doing. I was just seeing if you could, but now you can hear me, and we're happy about that. But how's everyone feeling today? It's holiday eve. It's Good Friday Eve. It's the final day of the traditional work week for those who have a day off. Not everyone has a day off. Some people have to go out there and protect us. They have essential jobs and the like. So to those of you who this is your final day of the traditional work week due to Good Friday tomorrow, may it be a great one, a peaceful one, and a wonderful one to you. We've got Suzanne Ingham says, good morning, Jamal. Happy Good Friday Eve. Super awesome day to you. And the same to you, Suzanne. Claire Warner says, good morning, Bermuda. Good morning, Jamal. No sound. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's like, what's those things called? Those, that Verizon. It was Verizon. That's what it was. It was Verizon. That's it. Can you hear me now? Dr. Anthony Hughes says, happy Holy Week, Bermuda. Indeed. We're going to be discussing that today, but greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Detective Inspector Kenten Trott onto the show. We're going to be discussing the role of the Vulnerable Persons Unit. Yeah, the Vulnerable Persons Unit, which Detective Inspector Trott leads with the Bermuda Police Service. The Daily Play. It's going to be a Name That Place today. Yeah, Name That Place. You do pretty well with this one. And audience, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All righty. Well, we've got some things to discuss, and we're going to have some fun today before we get to the serious stuff with the Detective Inspector Trott. But we're going to have some fun today. And I'll just start by saying this. There are some days on this island that just feel different. And Good Friday is one of them. It's not just a holiday. It's like a whole experience. You wake up and already know what time it is. You smell the fish cakes and the hot cross buns. And if you're doing it right, some people may put a little curry into their fish cakes. That first bite, that's Bermuda. And then there's the debate, because it comes back every year, raisins or no raisins in the hot cross buns. You already know people have strong feelings about that one. But Good Friday isn't just about the food, it's about tradition. It's about heading out to fly a Bermuda-made kite, not just any kite, but tissue paper and kite sticks with the bright colors and geometric patterns that hum in the wind when it's flying just right. It's about going down to St. David's and watching some go-karting. It's about the walk to Calvary in St. George, reflecting, reconnecting, remembering what the day represents. And for some of us, it's the little things. Marbles, family, community, being outside. It's one of those days where Bermuda slows down just enough for us to actually feel each other. Because in a fast-moving world, Good Friday reminds us of who we are. So today we're asking you, what does Good Friday in Bermuda mean to you? And what are your traditions? And what can't you go without? So here are your questions of the morning, audience. What do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? And here's the big debate, these two debates. Raisins in or out? Fish cakes with curry or without? Your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Give us some thought, let us know. We'll be right back.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
All righty, welcome back, audience. All right, you saw the questions. What do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? And raisins in or out? With your hot cross buns and fish cakes with curry or without? Let us know. We're going to have some fun today, folks. We are having fun today. Let us know. What are your thoughts? Raisins in or out? Fish cakes with curry or without? I love Good Friday, honestly. Fish cakes, hot cross. Folks, I'm making fish cakes. I am making fish cakes. Yeah, I got the ingredients yesterday, but I'm going to try something different. So I got some fish cake, recipes yesterday, right? Big up to Tamara, big up to my stepmom, and who else? I think Keitha, my business partner, may have sent something. But all their, they have egg in them. You all know how I do with egg. I would eat something with egg in it, like bread or cake, but me putting it in there or eating it like that, I'm not going to do it. So I need some ideas from you all this morning. What can I put in there so that I don't have to put it? Like when I make my world famous turkey burgers, yep, world famous. I don't use eggs to keep them together, so I need something. Give me some. I was thinking mustard. But anyway, I'm making fish cakes. And here's what I plan to put in my soon to be world famous fish cakes. I plan to put what I use for my world famous turkey burgers. I chop up some fresh garlic, chop up some fresh onion. What I'm going to add this time, I got some habanero and jalapeno peppers, and I want to put them in there as well. Yeah. And, I found hot cross buns, but remember, what's that stuff you put in fruitcake called, folks? They don't have raisins in them. They have that stuff you put in fruitcakes. So I meant to take a picture and put them on the screen for you all. But so I tasted one yesterday. It broke my juice fast that I was doing for 3 days. Anyway, and it was not the same. Can someone tell them hot cross buns have raisins, not all that, whatever that stuff's called that they put in there? Mixed peel, thank you, mixed peel. Like they put mixed peel in there. Thank you, Dr. Anthony Richardson. That's not a hot cross bun. That's fruit cake. I don't want fruit cake in my fish cakes. And I was talking to Sherry yesterday. She was like, Jamal, that looks like cherries in there. I was like, no, it's that stuff that goes in fruit cake. So I said, Sherry, you eat fruitcake? She says, yes, but not with my fish cakes. So I guess she doesn't want one is my point. Anyway, audience, what are your thoughts? What do you enjoy most about Good Friday and traditions in Bermuda? Like, is it flying kites? Is it the Hummers? Is it the playing marbles with your family? Is it going to maybe St. David's doing the go-karts? Is it eating? I just love to eat. I'm going to be real with you. What are your thoughts? And raisins in or out? Fish cakes with curry or without? Let us know. Let's go to the audience. This is your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. We've got James Burgess says, I love raisins in my fish cakes. In my buns, sorry. I love raisins in my buns. Okay, yeah. We've got Suzanne Ingham says a hot cross bun are not hot cross buns unless it has raisins and a little icing on that bun. No other way to have hot cross buns. Okay, I agree. Raisin, no curry. Well, I'm gonna try to put some curry in mine, folks. I'm gonna try to put some curry in mine. But you don't like curry in your fish cakes, WKD Llama. Charles H. Duff II says raisins and fish cakes with curry. Okay, all right. We've got Suzanne Ingham says curry is a must. Raisins are a must. All right. What do you enjoy most about Good Friday, folks? What do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? Dr. Anthony Richardson says family, tissue, paper, kites, no plastic kites, bonding with my son and teaching him these Bermuda traditions, a must. Raisins in. Okay, raisins in. We've got Kisses Delight says raisins and with curry. Okay, so only one person says no curry so far. We've got Sean Smith says raisins out. So technically a whole wheat bun, curry fish cake. Sitting off down my sister's house doing nothing what he enjoyed. So hold on. So you admit what Charles H. Duff II has been saying for years. For years, he says a hot cross bun without raisins is just a bun. It's just a roll, sorry, a dinner roll, he says. He says it's just a dinner roll. So I don't know, man. So do you all not like raisins at all? I don't know. We've got, yes, we mentioned the walk to Calvary earlier. Do you enjoy that? Yes, we did mention that. Is that what you like to do, Greater Saint Padre? The walk to Calvary? Awesome. By Reverend Cyril Simmons down in St. George. I think he had Ebenezer. Is it, folks? I don't remember the church. Forgive me. What do you enjoy the most, though, audience? What do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? What do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? We've got James Burgess says, I went to St. David's a few times, enjoyed it. St. David's has a party, man. They have a party. I mean, that is the it place in Bermuda to be, it seems like, for Good Friday, huh? Like the go-karts. I remember one year, I don't know, I think it may have been recent where someone flipped a go-kart down there. They go really fast. Like it's definitely something you need to practice. But St. David's is definitely one of the hot spots. So many places are doing it. Like I don't know if they're having something up PHC Field again. I know they had something up Field, Royal Navy Field up across from Somerset Cricket Club up there before. You know, name a field and they usually have stuff. So family, traditions, I used to like playing marbles. I did. I mean, I was never no good at it. And there was so many different ways to play. Everyone had their own rules for marbles. Some people used holes. Some people what's it called? Skunk, and you take the other person's marble. I don't know. Do children still play marbles? Like, I mean, when I was young, it was such a big thing. I'm not quite sure children still do that. The daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Again, audience, what do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? And raisins in or out? Fish cakes with curry or without? What are your thoughts? Share your traditions, your favorite things to do in Bermuda. Charles H. Jeffers II, he says, I always try to remember the real reason for Good Friday, Jesus dying for our sins. A tradition that doesn't seem to be much anymore is playing marbles and just spending time with family and friends. Yeah, when I was growing up, we definitely played a lot of marbles. But even in school, right? I remember in school, and again, I don't know what's going on in school these days. I don't have children in school in Bermuda. But in school, we did things according to the calendar, right? So when we got to like the end of February, March, we started playing marbles at school. When it got to March, April, we started playing cricket at school. Like we did things according to the seasonal calendar, whether it be holidays, whatever. Is that still normal? And so, yeah, the family part, yeah, families, you got together, everyone bought a dish. Now it seems like everyone's going to enjoy community things over family things. I don't know. Maybe that's just from the outside looking in. Obviously, I haven't been in Bermuda for Good Friday in Quite a long time. Quite a long time. Dr. Anthony Richardson says, love the kite competitions with Hummers, double headers with Hummers. Well, look, the way people complain about kite flying when it's not Good Friday time, folks, make all the noise you want so that you don't have to call up the Bermuda Police Service and waste their time about somebody flying a Hummer while you're trying to sleep. Because this is the time when their complaints will fall on deaf ears. Fly those kites. Alrighty. What else, audience? What do you enjoy most about Good Friday traditions in Bermuda? We've got James Burgess says, I watched the walk to Calvary. Okay. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says, no curry with fish cakes. Okay. I'm going to try mine. I'll tell you all, I'm making them. I don't know if I've ever made fish cakes. I can't remember, but I've discovered this thing over the last year that I do love to cook, and I love to try different things. And if I say so myself, I don't know if there's any witnesses in the audience today, but if I say so myself, my cooking's pretty delicious. I'm not trying to say I'm going to open Jay's, big restaurant or Jay's jerk shop or, whatever. But I'm saying if I have to say it myself, I'm a pretty decent brother in the kitchen. But like I said, my fish cakes, they're going to be delicious. I have a little kick to them because like I said, I'm going to have some fresh garlic in there, chopped onion, obviously. The regular stuff, the parsley, all that stuff. I'm not putting any thyme. I don't like what thyme looks like. So if I don't like what something looks like, it doesn't go in my food. I'm going to chop up some habanero peppers. I'm going to chop up some jalapeno peppers. Got to have a kick to it. Got to have a kick. All-purpose seasoning, some Lawry's, yeah. We'll put some Cajun seasoning in there. Some Old Bay. Yeah, some Old Bay. What I'm going to try to do, has anyone ever did this? I'm going to try to put some in the air fryer to cook, and then I'm going to cook some in olive oil in the pan. You feel what I'm saying? So, and for some, I'm going to make the patties, and for the others, I'm going to make little fish cake balls. Man, I know you all are licking your lips. You're drooling right now, ain't you? You all are drooling right now. You're saying, man, Jamal, I wish I could get an invite. I know. Nah. Nope. Next day you be telling me, oh, be the next Pinky Curl, open up a little pop-up. Then you want me to open up a big shop. Next day you will see me in bankruptcy. Oh, I shouldn't have went there. Anyway, and Dr. Anthony Richardson says, it's being the Holy Week, there's a certain feeling that you feel during the week. Even when I'm overseas, I feel of reverence during the Holy Week. Okay. Charles H. Jeffs II says, wait, you don't eat codfish and potato, but you eat fish cakes? Also, icing on my bun is a must. I heard Publix has them with raisins. And I said, Charles, you let me repeat. You didn't hear me at the beginning of the show. I got hot cross buns. I went to Publix to get them. I didn't say that part. There ain't raisins. It's mixed peel in them. They're not raisins. That's where I went yesterday to get these hot cross buns. It's mixed peel. They're not raisins, Charles. So if you want fruitcake buns, Publix is your place. And yes, folks, I do not eat codfish and potato. But I told you all this. I don't eat codfish potato, but I eat fish cakes. It's a difference. I'm going to tell you why. Fish cakes, you got seasoning and stuff, and you add different things. Codfish and potatoes, you got that disgusting red sauce or just butter sauce, and it's just not tasty to me. So, yeah, I am that person. I've told you all this. Don't act brand new. Nicole Walker says, with or without curry? Okay, so she'll take it either way. Must have raisins, otherwise it's basically just a cinnamon. Okay. Says, I love watching the go-kart race and contests in St. David's, eating fish cakes and seeing people I don't see often. Yeah, absolutely. We've got James Burgess says, back in the day, brown paper kites. Man, we used to take the brown paper grocery bags and people used to make kites out of those. Yeah. Dr. Anthony Richardson says, my wife, French Nigerian, prefers the Korean fish cakes. We appreciate your wife. What? So you don't like curry at all, Dr. Anthony Richardson? We've got Sean Smith says, does Dale Butler and Rodney Smith still have that fish cake competition? I was told yesterday to, when I asked for a fish cake recipe, I was told Google. And respectfully, I said, well, I don't think these folks are the kind of recipes that will be found in my house, if you get what I'm saying. So I wanted something a bit closer to home, and I was told, go check out Dale Butler. He had some. Suzanne Ingham says, it's okay. I prefer codfish cakes to codfish and taters. Yeah, I like the way she put that. Codfish and taters. We've got exactly, mixed peel is gross. Anyway, but look, man, I can't afford to waste food. The price of everything is going up. So I'm going to enjoy my mixed peel fruitcake buns, but I don't know if I'm putting a fish cake between them. Charles, are you still going to get them now that you know it's not raisins, it's mixed peel in them? Let us know, because maybe you could be the tester. And are you cooking fish cakes, Charles? Dr. Anthony Richardson says curry is okay, but prefer non-curry. Okay, we got you, folks. Real quickly, before we go, give you the days of the year and go to break. Let us know, what are you doing for Good Friday this year? What are you doing for Good Friday this year? Let us know what you plan on doing for Good Friday this year. Since you all are giving me the day off, I'm going to start my day. I'm going to watch the Walk to Calvary because, I know obviously the family of Reverend Cyril Simmons, and I've never watched it in full. So I want to see it because everyone speaks about how awesome it is. So I want to watch that. I believe it's available online. And then I'll probably watch it while I'm on the belt line. So that's where, go out, get me a good jog out there or walk. And then I'll come back and eat some fish cakes and hot cross buns and enjoy the day. No kite flying. Nope. I don't have any tissue or sticks, but that's how I spend. How are you planning on spending your Good Friday? How are you planning on? And I want to say this, right? Because I'll never forget Good Friday. I believe it was 2010. We actually had a murder at Victor Scott on Good Friday. And I was rushed to the radio station because acting premier at the time, Paula Cox, wanted to speak on air about it. And the passion she showed that day, she spoke so passionately on the most holiest of days that such a callous act can take place. And I share that because a lot of people are going to be out having fun tomorrow with families, throughout the community. And I just hope that people operate in good conscience. And I'm not just talking about violence, but we have a problem in Bermuda where we go out, we have fun, we love to drink. And I really do hope that we are responsible. Stop thinking that, oh, it's only one drink, it's only two drinks. You never know. You just never know. All right. So whatever you choose to do for Good Friday, just make it safe. Be responsible, be respectful, be courteous. Charles H. Jefferson II, he says, he called around and was told by Publix that it was raisins, not that nasty stuff. I'll go today and report back. Please do, Charles. Please do. Because if you find some, I'm coming. I'll actually get me some, and we'll make a little exchange. Dr. Anthony Richardson says, Hyde Park, London, flying tissue paper kites with wife and son, observing Bermuda traditions, eating buns and fish cakes. Are you making buns? Is anyone making their own buns? Nicole Walker says, I'll be trying out Umami Spice Fish Cakes blend and some of my fish cakes. I will check out part of the Walk to Calvary when it comes through my neighborhood, my hood, then over to St. David's. Should be heading over to St. David's. Suzanne Ingham says, next time you're back, go to Mystic Hub and get hot cross buns, raisin bread. Man, Mr. Godfrey makes them all from what I remember. We've got Greater St. Padre says, have you heard the tradition that fishermen on Good Friday? Do not fish on Good Friday? Some have been lost who did. Interesting. No, I never heard that. Well, no, Charles, she was not the premier at the time. She was deputy premier. Dr. Brown was not available, I believe. So that was Paula Cox that stepped in. But I see your point. We've got James Burgess says, I'll be using a walker, so I'm confined home. Oh, no worries, James, but hopefully you get to enjoy it anyway. Polly Rich will be out at PHC and or at Royal Naval Field. Dr. Anthony Richardson says, yes, homemade buns and fish cakes. We've got, alrighty, cool. We've got Polly Rich says, I did first time, made hot cross buns. All right. So, folks, I'm going to check back with you. Actually, should I make a video of me making my fish cakes? Should I make a video of it? Maybe I'll make a video of me making fish cakes. I'm not going to try the buns. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to make the fish cakes, and I'll make a video of it so you all can see how I do. How's that? And you can give me some tips and so on. Yeah, that's what we'll do. It's your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure, folks. Let's show them some love, and then we'll do the days of the year and take our break, and then we'll come back with our very special guest, a big TDH community member, Kenten Trott, Detective Inspector Kenten Trott. We're talking about the Vulnerable Persons Unit today.
The daily discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Titan Express delivers safe, professional, and reliable transportation and tours across the island. From island tours to cultural experiences, they set the standard. And Secure is your go-to for property management, waste management, and residential and commercial services. Visit securebda.com. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is their commitment to you.
All righty. Folks, we've got Mark Arthur says, I am making rolls today. I have a tradition where me and my cousin bake rolls every Good Friday holiday. All right, cool. All right, Suzanne wants me to make, well, Suzanne, you're only one person. She says, yeah, make a video. Maybe I'll make a video. It depends. I like living in the moment. So we'll see. Maybe I'll set up my camera somewhere and try to make a video of me making fish cakes. That's what I'll do. We've got Angeline Butler says she'll make some buns. Send us some way. Send us some buns this way. All right, folks. Let's do the days of the year. Let's see. Well, it's Good Friday tomorrow, so today is April 2nd. It's International Children's Book Day. It's International Fact Checking Day. It's National Reconciliation Day. It's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day here. It's World Autism Awareness Day. It's Holy Thursday. It is National Burrito Day. You know what I'm going to do? Here we go. In honor of Good Friday and, that Bermuda Burrito thing, what goes on your fish cake? That's what we're going to do. Fish cake day. What ingredients? What do you put on your fish cake? I'll go first. Put a little slice of tomato and some hot sauce, and I'm good to go. What goes on your fish cake? Slice of tomato and hot sauce for me. That's it. Because with all the right seasoning, I don't need any. What's that yucky stuff, that mayonnaise stuff, or that tartar sauce? I don't need none of that. Nope. All I need is a slice of tomato and some hot sauce. That's it. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says ketchup or plain. Yeah, with a good seasoned, well-seasoned fish cake, you don't need much. We've got WKD Lama says cheese and salsa. Salsa, okay. I might have to try salsa. We've got Nicole Walker says mayo and ketchup, sometimes fried onions or cheese. Okay. Suzanne Ingham says nothing. I put nothing. It's so tasty plain if it's well seasoned. Not all fish cakes are created equal, folks. We've got Sean Smith says the works: lettuce, tomato, fried onions, and coleslaw. Okay, coleslaw on your fish cake. Thought that was just a fish sandwich thing. All right, folks. Let's take our break. We'll come back. We got our very special guest today, one of our most loyal day ones, TDH member, coming on today as Detective Inspector Kenten Trott, as if he's acting, but no. He's coming on today in his role as a detective inspector. We're talking about the Vulnerable Persons Unit in which he heads. This is a very important community conversation for folks. If you haven't already, make sure you share the link with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Put it up on your WhatsApp statuses. This is a conversation. I read this saddest story last night and into this morning, right before I went to the gym. I read the background of a vice mayor in Coral Springs, a young up-and-coming mayor in Coral Springs, Florida, who was found murdered by her husband. And, in preparing for this conversation, knowing what the Vulnerable Persons Unit does, I it was just insane. And I have some questions just based on that, because the truth is, some of us interact or engage with vulnerable persons every day, and we don't even know that. And because we don't know, we're not there to offer assistance that they may need. But let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We've got Detective Inspector Kenten Trott with us. Don't go anywhere.
Take a look at our workforce for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places, and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Paired with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
What lasts isn't what you buy, but what it becomes. With the HSBC MasterCard credit card, every spend quietly adds to a story shaped by intention and offers what matters most. Support that meets you where you are. Protection that preserves what you choose. Confidence for the unexpected. Peace of mind wherever your story leads. Start your next chapter. Use your card today. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Bermuda, there's nothing like a home-cooked meal, especially when you can feed the whole family without stretching your wallet. With the affordable Bermuda basket, you'll find savings on everyday staples like rice, chicken, corn, and more. Everything you need to make a good meal for less. Shop the Bermuda basket at Lindo's, Marketplace, the Garden Market, and the English Market. Visit costofliving.gov.bm to see the full list of goods and start planning your meals. This is a message from the Ministry of Home Affairs.
What if the age that really matters isn't the one on your ID? You probably know your chronological age, the number of candles on your last birthday cake. But there's another kind of age that may be even more important. Your biological age. This reflects how old your body truly is at the cellular level. It is influenced by your genes, your environment, and the choices you make every day. Two people can both be 40 years old on paper, but one may have the body of a healthy 30-year-old, while the other is biologically closer to 50. The difference? Lifestyle choices on nutrition, sleep, stress, exercise, and exposure to toxins. That means you have some control over your biological clock. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Because when it comes to aging, it's not just about living longer. It's about living better. Want to know your predicted biological age today? Download the free Carrier Genetics app and fill in the lifestyle questionnaire.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Jamal Hartman here. This is the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC, Bermuda, Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Well, without further ado, let's bring in our very special guest for the day. We've got Detective Inspector from the Bermuda Police Service. We're talking Vulnerable Persons Unit today. Give a warm TDH welcome to Kenten Trott. Brother Kenten.
Good morning, TDH family. Good morning, Jamal. How's everybody today?
I think we're doing good. Everybody's ready to eat tomorrow, man. Everybody's ready to eat.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, before we get into anything, couple things.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna let you answer because I was gonna judge you. I know we're on separate sides, Eastern County, but
Yes,
what do you
yes.
enjoy doing for Good Friday? And also, what goes on your fish cake?
Okay, so fortunately for the community, I have to work on Good Friday, which is unfortunate for me and my family. But there's only one place to be in Bermuda, and that is the glorious St. David's Cricket Club on Good Friday. You knew I was gonna answer. You knew I was gonna answer that. So I'll be working on Good Friday. I'm responsible for the weekend. But yeah, of course, I'm gonna pop down to St. David's Cricket Club to make sure everything is going well at my club. For me, as you can see, I like to eat. There's no shame in that. So I like my fish cakes delicious. It doesn't matter. Curry, no curry, raisins, no raisins. But as you said, if it's a good fish cake and a hot cross bun, all I need is just a little bit of mayonnaise and ketchup. I know you're not a mayonnaise guy, but a little bit of mayonnaise and ketchup. I don't need lettuce, tomato. I don't need none of that. If it's a good fish cake, and sometimes I eat it just plain by itself, just the fish cake on a hot cross bun. So it was really, really good. So I hope after my wife finishes watching this, I hope she's gonna get that sorted for us.
Yes, just watching. I was going to ask, do you help your wife make the fish cakes?
I have before, but I leave that to her specialty. I just make sure everything is ready for the spot down St. David's Cricket Club. Okay. So I do all the, make sure the tents, dirty chairs, a dirty table, all that type of stuff. So that's our deal. So she worked on that side and I work on the other side. I
like that. Sounds very functional. Yeah. I told everyone I'm making fish cakes. I think this is my first time ever. I'm telling you, there's going to be some people asking me to open up Jay's Fish Cake Shop after this one. I'm telling you. But thank you so much for making time for us.
Of course.
Before, but that was so long ago. And when I think about how far back, it's like, wow, this show's been around for a while. But 2021, I believe. But thank you. Did really good service for making people like yourself available to do this. Now, many in the public, they know your name. You're very social. You're very engaged with the community. But they may familiar with what you actually do with the service. Just give them a little bit of background about what you actually do with the Bermuda Police Service.
Okay, sure. So I am the detective inspector. I'm responsible for the Vulnerable Persons Unit. The Vulnerable Persons Unit deals with a variety of individuals who by the title kind of explains itself who are vulnerable. That will be anybody under the age of 18 years old, so anybody that's a child, anyone over the age of 65 years old, but that's for specific things. And then also anybody considered vulnerable, what I like to call them, they're differently abled. Somebody might have a physical or intellectual disability. Those are people who we also support. So it's a wide plethora of people that we do provide support for in the Bermuda Police Service. And also when there are more serious domestic related matters and kind of sexual related matters, we deal with that as well. So it's kind of a catch-all, so to speak, for anybody that's considered to be vulnerable.
Indeed. Thank you for that. But for specifically for victims of domestic abuse, I just mentioned something about what happened in Coral Springs, Florida. For victims of domestic abuse or sexual assault, coming forward can be incredibly difficult, right? How does your unit support individuals through what is often a traumatic process like that?
Yeah, so one of the big things for our unit is just to provide that support, and what we do is make sure to understand how somebody feels that's going through a domestic incident or an incident of a sexual nature. So obviously we don't know exactly what they're experiencing, what they're going through, but we've done courses, we've done seminars, we've done trainings. And what we make sure to do is provide support to them in the method that they needed. So for example, one of the things we definitely do is partner with our agencies such as Center Against Abuse, Women's Resource Center. Also, specifically if it involves children, Department of Child and Family Services. If it involves seniors, Age and Disability Services. So we have a network of those agencies that support these victims, because most of the time our role is, in a policing capacity, is to either prosecute, investigate, look into that type of thing. So what we do is let those who are actual professionals deal with it, and we come in together. Like even today, we're having something where we're having a meeting and it involves us, it involves a victim, it involves Center Against Abuse. So those are some of the things that we do to support them and to let them know that we are here. We understand it is difficult If you look at these statistics, sometimes people don't report domestic abuse until it happens 7, 8, 9 times. So it's one of those things where we understand that it's hard for people to come forward, and we just want you to know we are here, we are available. We have men here, we have women here, we have older individuals, we have young individuals. So we have a big variety in our team so that someone feel comfortable with at least somebody here.
Audience, if you have any questions or comments for Detective Inspector Trott, please send them through. We'll get through as many as possible. Now, these investigations can be complex and emotionally demanding. What are some of the biggest challenges your team faces in pursuing justice in these cases?
So one of the big things, and I think, kudos to the government, kudos to a lot of these other agencies, because what we're realizing is the importance of a collaborative approach when dealing with these particular matters. So, for example, the government has a big push now, Minister Farbit, and also our Minister of National Security, Minister Weeks, and the government as a whole, to try to increase collaboration between units by having a serious domestic abuse strategy. Because before, if you notice, there's also been a change in terminology. Before, it was just referred to as domestic violence, but immediately when you think of domestic violence, you think of physical. But domestic abuse entails so many variations or so many aspects. It could be emotional, psychological, financial, physical. It could be very subtle things that you don't even realize are forms of abuse, control. So in order to combat that, in order to support victims through that, what we've done is have a more collaborative approach. So it's even now we're trying to get a domestic abuse court, for example, set up. Shout out to the DPP, Madam Cindy Clark. So the director, they're really trying to make sure that in every step of the way, these victims provided the support that they need, and that we can ensure that the investigation goes to the stage that it needs to go. Now, one of the most difficult parts, obviously in Bermuda, because we're so small, is people really getting to the point where they want to actually go to court, where they actually want to make a complaint, where they actually feel comfortable doing that. So those are some of the things why we're working together collaboratively with various aspects in government to ensure that the process itself isn't hindered in any way.
Indeed. Awareness and reporting are key to addressing these issues. What signs should people look for, and how can the community help support victims safely?
Right. So that's a big thing as well, because people would oftentimes hide it. Because we're such a small country, because we're such a small place, people don't want other people in their business, so to speak. However, if you are a friend or if you're a family member, you will notice the signs. For example, they might come more kind of to themselves, where they were very outgoing before. They don't attend family functions anymore, they don't attend events, or they're very isolated. Oftentimes there are signs of injury as well. So you ask them, oh, what happened to you? Oh yeah, I slipped and fell. Or the old, oh yeah, I just bumped my head, or I was getting out of the shower and something happened. So, and also a lot of times what people want is just to be heard. So oftentimes we want to help. We want to say, okay, I'm going to help you. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Sometimes people just want to be heard and supported and understand that, hey, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I will support you through. If you just need me to stay on the phone with you and talk to you for a little while, do that. But what we're encouraging people to do is to get them, when they're ready, to come and report it to the police or to those other helping agencies that I mentioned, because that way they can get the help and support that they need. Because we don't want people to suffer in silence or to suffer alone. So oftentimes that's one of the biggest things, especially in Bermuda. You think, oh, if I come to the police, oh, people's going to find out this, people's going to find out that. But especially in this unit, confidentiality is very important to us. So there are cases that we deal with that nobody would ever know that we've dealt with, because the biggest thing is to provide support to those people. So again, it's as a family member, as a friend, as a colleague, as somebody, if you notice something, it doesn't have to be something major that you do. It could be something very minor, like, hey, I see you're going through something. Listen, I'm here available if you want to talk. Listen, I understand. I notice you've changed a bit. How can I help you? Is there anything you need help with? And then sometimes people will open up, and then you might support them to say, hey, look, they might come to a point where, like, look, I want to go report it to the police. And something as simple as, hey, I'll come with you if you want me to go. So those are the types of things that we can do to kind of help those that are going through domestic abuse.
Indeed. Audience, I'll get to your questions and comments. We've got quite a few coming through. You can still send them through. I'll get through. I promise you I'll get through as many as possible. I'm going to try to get through them all because I feel like this is definitely a conversation that we need to ensure that you are engaging with the person in charge of such a unit. Trust in law enforcement is so critical, especially for vulnerable individuals. What steps is the Bermuda Police taking to maintain and build that trust? I know you mentioned confidentiality as a must, but I mean, just in general, like people, we've seen, and I think not in Bermuda per se, but we watch a lot of US television, right? And, I'm going to be honest with you, and I probably shouldn't say this publicly, but I'm going to say it. When I'm driving in Atlanta and a cop's in back of me, the cop's usually black. I feel cool, safe. I'm going to be real with you. That's not to say that nothing bad will happen, but I think a lot of us watch American TV and kind of develop these thoughts about police based on what we see in other jurisdictions. But speaking of that, the trust, like what steps is the Bermuda Police Service taken to maintain and build trust that maybe people don't have because of what happens in other jurisdictions?
Right. So that's a big one as well. One of the things, obviously, internally to my department, what we do have is someone referred to as a domestic abuse liaison officer. So DC Zoo, awesome officer. She's the person that people contact when they're going through incidents. If we get an incident of domestic abuse, even if we find out some way, or even if it's reported to the police, we come in and she will make sure that the support is provided for those people. So that's one of the big things as well, is to build that trust by being present. Another thing, I mean, sometimes I take some flack for it, but I'm very active in the community, just period, full stop. I'm active on social media. I'm active in person. I will never miss a Connie game unless I'm working. I never miss cup match unless I'm working. So those types of things, I think what we are trying to make sure to do is for people to realize that police are people as well. You know what I mean? I have my wife, I have my children, I go to events. Yesterday I was at my daughter's sports. The last week before that, I was at my son's sports. I was helping pin the ribbons on the children at my son's sports. So it's just those things where we are trying to make sure that we as officers always remember that we're just people. Even her behind me, I got a picture up. That's when I first joined the police about 20 years ago. And just to remember that, why did you join the police? And that was because you wanted to do something different. You wanted to make.
I think we have a challenge, folks, but I'm sure he'll be back. And I'll get to the questions that you have once Detective Inspector Trott. Oh, we lost you for a bit. Are you there?
Sorry, I'm here. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know where I cut off, but I was saying we're trying to maintain that integrity. We're trying to, just provide that support to the community so that they know that they can trust us and we can trust them.
Indeed. I want to go to the audience because we've got quite a few questions. We've got Charles H. Jeff II. He says, how does your unit work with community services / non-government agencies? Are they a welcome part of the community? And you did mention Women's Resource Center.
Yeah. And Center Against Abuse. Yeah. Sometimes, they call us all hours of the day, all hours of the night. We have a very close relationship with them because we understand what their role is. Like, they're the actual professionals. Like, they have a young lady, Kayla Simmons, that's like a certified domestic abuse liaison. So those type of people, that's their joy, that's their passion. So we harness that and said, hey, instead of us trying to do it all, let's make sure we have a good partnership. So if something comes, they have that support. So like I said, today after this, we're going to meet with them because we have that relationship, and it's an ongoing thing. Even with Age and Disability Services, even with Department of Child and Family Services, we meet on a regular basis. It's probably not a day that goes by that one of us is not reaching out to someone from one of those departments to say, hey, look, this is what's happening. This is what we need to do to support our members of the community.
Indeed. We've got Shawnette Sumner says, great job you're doing, Kenton. When young people are reported missing, what do you find is the general reason for them going missing? It's very unnerving to the public. She also goes on to ask, how long must a youngster be missing before a report can be made?
Okay, so I'll answer the second one first and then answer the first one. So it's no minimum. A lot of times people believe that, in America, it's 24 hours, 24 to 48 or whatever it is. All that has to happen is it has to be something that is abnormal. For example, if every day at 3:25 You pick your child up from the bus stop, and at 3:40, your child's not at the bus stop. You don't know where they are. You can't get in contact with them. Something is not right. You can report it immediately because it's based on the circumstance that happens. If it's an abnormal circumstance, so that's why it's very. But and Bermuda's so small. Obviously, do a little bit of background for us. So hey, maybe dad or granny or aunt or somebody picked them up. Maybe try to have a quick send out in your group chat, your family group chat. Hey, has anybody seen so and so? But there is no maximum or minimum time that you can report a child missing. If the circumstance, if something doesn't seem right, then report it immediately. Because we can always stop looking for them. But that important window of time is, especially if it seems like it's something not right. To answer the first question, and the first question was about children going missing. That's a difficult one because oftentimes, and that's why for me, mental health is a really, really big thing, and I'm a big advocate for it as well. Oftentimes, we don't realize what children are going through as children because of everything happening. I mean, when I was a child, I didn't know half of the things happening in the world that my children know now, but that's the age we're in now. We're in the age of information. Everything's available at everybody's fingertips. It's unprecedented times dealing with everything. So oftentimes children are dealing with things, and if they don't have or they don't feel they have the appropriate support, that's when they might go missing or they might run off and stuff like that. And there are other circumstances as well that obviously I can't get too into at the moment. But if for example you see a report that a child is missing, that is literally our last resort to say, hey, look, we've tried to find them, we've tried all other methods, we need the public's help. So I know sometimes there are some children that you constantly get missing persons reports and stuff like that. Each one of those we take seriously because of the fact that that child is dealing with something and we need to protect that child. So regardless of the circumstances, regardless if it happens 100 times, we are going to search just as hard for that young person, or 100 times, because of the vulnerability of that child.
Indeed. Let's go to another question in the audience. We've got Mark Arthur C. Phillips asking a personal question. As a father, is it hard for you to deal with cases when children are involved?
Yeah. I smile because every day when I get up, and sometimes, it does get me emotional because, I have 3 children. I have a 12-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And those are the ages that I'm dealing with at work. So it actually helps me to make it personal. And I know that, you shouldn't blur the lines of personal and professional and all of that. But when I say that, I mean, I think of myself as, for example, if I'm dealing with a father of a child who, for whatever reason, we have to deal with, or if I'm dealing with a mother, I can relate to them because I have a child that's oftentimes their child's age. So it's actually very difficult to do sometimes because in every instance, I think of my children. So it's and my children oftentimes get upset with me because they say, Daddy, how come you never post this on social media? How come you never this, never that? Because they say, oh, they're friends and stuff. I said, guys, you don't understand what Daddy does. So I try to break it down to them and explain it to them. But if you ever see me, my children are not far away. So I'm always with them. So I'm very present. However, the social media thing is a big kind of tension between us because they're like, oh, how come you never put me up on your story? How come you never put me up on there? Because I will never, ever, ever. You can search every piece of my social media. Unless somebody tag me in it, you will never see my children because I'm extra protective because I what I deal with. So that's actually a very good question. But it does make it, in a sense, kind of paranoid sometimes, but in a good way. And I explain it to him. It's not like I tell him, oh, no, just don't worry about it. I go into detail, explain to him why, because of the nature of what Daddy does. I'm trying to protect you. I want you to be safe and all of that type of stuff. So, yeah.
Man, I believe in it. When you have such a public job, keeping your private life private is important. Charles H. Jeffers II says, working in such a stressful area of policing, how do you ensure that you and your team receive the mental health support you all need? Are there mandatory mental health check-ins? There should be.
Yes. So what we do is in my team, and I have an awesome team. I have the best team in the Bermuda Police Service. So it's myself, I have a sergeant, I have 4 officers as well, and then I have the DALO. So I have the best team, man. What we try to do is we try to instill things to kind of lighten it. It's such a stressful and intense environment. My Sergeant Simmons, she recently implemented something where on Friday afternoons, we had take a little bit of time and just have like a fun games day. The other day we were doing some word thing on the board, and it just clears your mind for a bit of time. Not to say the work don't get done, because sometimes we're still here till 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. We're here weekends. We're here. You'll be surprised. On one occasion, we worked for 37 days straight. So to answer your question, Charles, yes, it is mandated that we do have mental health checkups. I actually have my, we recently did art therapy. I got to finish it off. But these are some of the things that we do to kind of ensure that our mental health, because I'm a big proponent of mental health. For the first, I'll say 12 years of my career, I was so busy policing that I didn't look out for myself, and it did take a toll on me. So I definitely, mental health is so important. I mean, I go to therapy, I have a psychologist because of the stuff that we deal with. So we do take it very seriously. And like I said, we make sure that even to support one another, because there are people that we know, our family members, our friends, our loved ones, who have no clue some of the stuff we have to see and deal with. So one of the best ways we find to help is to support one another through it.
Indeed. We've got some proud people. Kenneth Chin says your mom is
That's my
very.
mama. Yeah,
Oh,
Kanita Ochin.
is very
Kanita
proud.
Ochin. That's my mom. That's my mom.
Charles says, I love DI Trott's community interaction. In my opinion, it helps to break down those us versus them walls that you see in many communities. We've got Jody who says we have the best boss that supplements the best team. So proud of you, Inspector Trott. What for someone tuned in right now who may be experiencing abuse or knows someone who could be in danger, what would you want them to know about reaching out for help?
So the best way to reach out for help, obviously, if it's an emergency, is to call 911. What you can also do is to call and ask for the vulnerable persons unit and ask to speak to the DALO, which is DC Zoo, or any of the officers in vulnerable persons unit. Another thing that I really recommend is to go to the Center Against Abuse website. Almost everybody has internet on the phone, so it's centeragainst.abuse.bm, or you just type in Google Center Against Abuse Bermuda and it will come up. And they have a whole host of kind of resources on their website, as well as the telephone number, as well as information. So just there are so many ways to reach out, and we can provide that support to you. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. We can do that as well, either us or Center Against Abuse. So and you also have the Women's Resource Center. That's an awesome agent as well. So all of these entities are here to help and support. So please just reach out. If you need anything, just reach out and we'll provide the support.
All right. We've got Sean Smith's asking DI Trott, are you guys in the schools educating them about the danger?
Yeah. So that's actually, I was actually one of the people years ago that started with Cyber Tips. So shout out to Swin Johnson. So that's a program that although it took a bit of a hiatus due to some other matters, we were still going into the schools. So we've done stuff at schools. We talked about it just the other day that we want to get back to doing a presentation at the schools on a regular basis. I've been to schools. Harrington Sun is an awesome partner of ours. Every year they schedule us in for their digital literacy. They have a whole day set aside for it. And every year they schedule us in to be there. So yes, we do go to these schools. We do want to do more. As I said, our team is very small and we deal with all sorts of the things that we spoke about earlier today. However, it's so important for us because prevention is always better than cure. So obviously it's been announced publicly that, the Cyber Tips program is coming back and they're going to reintegrate it. So we will be a part of that for sure, because that is how we reach our children, to educate them, because the amount of information and access they have at their fingertips through these devices is unprecedented. So we want to make sure to kind of prepare them so they understand and know how to use it safely and how to protect themselves.
Indeed. We've got Shawnette Sonner asking, how involved is your team with the youngsters in the fights we see circulating on social media?
Yeah, so good question again, Ms. Sumner. Always a pleasure. As I said, anytime it involves a child under the age of 18 years old, vulnerable persons unit would have something to do with it. So whether that will be we either investigate it, we provide support to the officers that are investigating it, we meet with DCFS, but all of those things we make sure to be a part. So sometimes we're more involved, sometimes we're not as involved because maybe other units are dealing with it. But anything, as I said, anything to do with a child that's under the age of 18 years old, vulnerable persons unit plays a role in providing support to either the agencies helping them or the actual officers that are dealing with it. Because if you think about it, if we had to deal with every single thing in Bermuda involving a child, like us ourselves, it's only a team of 6. So, it's 60,000 or however thousand many people in Bermuda. So it would be impossible. So we do provide support to those other officers that might deal with those matters that might be not as serious. But anything to do with a child, it comes through our office.
Before you head out, as you said, you'll be working this holiday. What message would you like to say to the Bermudian people as we get set to enjoy the most holiest of weekends with family, community, friends, doing some of the most fun things? What message would you like to say to the community?
But well, for me, recently I buried my godfather, Bishop Lloyd Duncan, and he was a man of love. Everybody talked about love, so that's going to be my message. I know we normally have the typical "stay safe" and "don't drink and drive." Yes, those are all beautiful messages. There's a message we support, but I just want everybody this holiday weekend to pass the sugar. As my grandpa used to say, just give a little love. Love each other, care for each other, cherish each other, spend time with each other, have conversations with each other. As you go to different events, as you're out and about, let's make it about love and getting Bermuda back to the community that we need, because I love my community and I want everybody to experience that as well. Because if we loved each other a little bit more, my job would be easier because we wouldn't have so much to do. So just give a little love over this holiday weekend.
I agree. I always say, we always talk about more police officers. I'm like, no, we shouldn't need the charities. We shouldn't need more police officers if we actually were better people. Well, thank you so much, Detective Inspector Kenten Trott.
Of
I know
course.
you're in holiday season, but please enjoy as much as you can with it.
Yes, I will.
I'll give some Davis the props. It's the place to be. We'll talk again when it's county season.
Yes, we will.
Have a wonderful day. Have a good
Always
one.
a pleasure being on the show, and have a great holiday weekend, everybody. Remember, a little bit of more love for all of us. Have a good one.
Talk soon.
Cool.
All right, folks, that was Detective Inspector Kenten Trott. If you appreciated that conversation, please make sure you give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, your colleagues. We will take a quick break, our final break. Got a daily play for you. It's a Name That Place. It's a Name That Place. And it's going to be a very easy one for you if you've been tuned into this show since the beginning of today. Let's take a short break. We'll be back after this.
Bermuda, there's nothing like a home-cooked meal, especially when you can feed the whole family without stretching your wallet. With the affordable Bermuda basket, you'll find savings on everyday staples like rice, chicken, corn, and more. Everything you need to make a good meal for less. Shop the Bermuda basket at Lindo's, Marketplace, the Garden Market, and the English Market. Visit costofliving.gov.bm to see the full list of goods and start planning your meals. This is a message from the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda Business starts here.
For over 70 years, Bermuda Pest Control has been protecting homes and businesses island-wide. We offer a full suite of services, including rodent control, termite fumigation, and general insect control and maintenance. Our team of experts will quickly and efficiently eliminate any pest problem you may have. With Bermuda Pest Control, you can enjoy a pest-free home in no time. We're committed to providing fast, reliable, and solution-driven services for our customers. It's what we've been doing since 1952. Call Bermuda Pest Control today and say goodbye to pests for good.
The Office of Consumer Affairs protects residents by promoting fairness, safety, and transparency in the marketplace across the island. We investigate complaints, manage recalls, educate the public, and enforce consumer protection laws to ensure fair treatment for all. Our team supports consumers by resolving disputes, providing guidance, and helping residents understand their rights and responsibilities. We work with businesses to encourage compliance, ethical practices, and trust, helping create a stable and competitive economy. Through education, enforcement, and outreach, Consumer Affairs helps keep Bermuda's marketplace safe, informed, and accountable.
Life moves fast, and so can the unexpected. When you insure your home, you need to know that your insurance company has your back. At Friesenbrook, let one of our friendly and professional agents give you that peace of mind. Because when you are covered, you are confident. Call us at 296-3600 or visit friesenbrook.bm to learn more.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Big Show. Thanks again to Detective Inspector Kenten Trott and the Bermuda Police Service for trusting this platform to have conversations with us on a regular basis. Folks, again, if you haven't already and you are streaming with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, X, or Instagram, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Share it on your WhatsApp statuses. Make sure everyone you know has access to these most important community conversations as possible. All right. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House Lenders, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, audience, are you ready? It's a name that place. And I said you all will know the answer if you've been, you should know the answer if you're Bermudian, to be honest. Here's the question. The blank community is known for having go-karts on Good Friday. Well, I told you it was easy, Charles. And Shawnette and Shawnette and Ives and Stacey Ann Brown and Michelle and Bermuda Police Service and Mark Arthur. I told you it was easy. I was hoping no one would get that wrong. I was really hoping no one would get that wrong. And I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. Folks, as far as Good Friday, look, regardless of what or whether or not you practice any religion, it is, one of the holiest times in the Christian calendar. It's still a time when people who maybe aren't religious take time to cherish community and family. So it's a holiday for us all. And, I think that whether it's eating fish cakes and hot cross buns, playing marbles, or simply flying a kite, it's one of those things where there's something for everyone to enjoy about it. And I hope you do. As far as the conversation with Detective Inspector Trott, there's a lot of work that gets done in our community that we just know nothing about. And I think the more we know, the more of assistance we all can be. I sat there in awe listening to him about the kind of things that he and his colleagues are doing in the Vulnerable Persons Unit and working with other community organizations to ensure that people feel safe. my hope is that someone tuned in this morning can if you know someone who is going through something or dealing with something, or even if it's you understand that there's a unit that's there to support you while you're going through it. Got some daily inspiration for you. And let's see. Let's go with this. This is again from The Journey Within by yours truly. And I'll go with this. Quote, progress will come the moment we get tired of accepting that we're not ready or good enough, end quote. Yeah. Do with that what you will. But whatever you choose to do this weekend, enjoy it. As Detective Inspector Trott said, approach it with love, approach people with love, and most of all, be safe. And after all of that, I look forward to engaging with you all again on Monday morning to hear about how good your fish cakes and hot cross buns were, how much you enjoyed your family, who had the brightest suit and craziest hat Easter Sunday. And I'll tell you how my fish cakes came. I'll make the video for you all. I'll make a video of me making the fish cakes. The fish has been soaking since yesterday. I learned that I have to soak it for like 24 hours or something. Someone told me. So folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC group of companies at HSBC Bermuda, Medical Cylinders, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring that we're able to pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. I'm Jamal Hart, and please do make it a safe and a great holiday weekend. We are Izal. Peace.